I know what it feels like to smile in public while silently falling apart. Hardship has a way of making you question everything, your strength, your purpose, and sometimes even your worth. There was a season when I believed my paralysis would define the rest of my life. I would describe myself by everything that had gone wrong. I'm a useless quadriplegic, stupid, ugly, divorced, failure on life support, separated from my kids and without a home to call my own. Those were not just words. They reflected the broken way I had begun to see myself. But hear me when I say this. My body may be broken and my life may feel like it is falling apart, but my hope is still alive. Adversity and pain were not the end of my story. I have experienced many hardships and devastating events, yet as painful as they were, I do not regret them or wish to erase them. God has used them to shape the man I am today. There were seasons when life felt heavy in every direction. While renting a home, I had to choose between transportation, food, and utilities. At the same time, I was carrying overwhelming emotions and trying to hold everything together while pushing my feelings aside. I made many sacrifices as a husband and father. While sacrifice comes with the territory, my life eventually changed in ways I never expected. I transitioned from living independently to relying on an assisted living facility, where I believed that there were too many professionals that entered the medical field for the wrong reasons. I was terrified of failure. There had been a time when, even as a quadriplegic on life support, my life felt stable. I was comfortable. But shortly before COVID, everything began to fall apart. I needed manpower. I needed a dependable team. My quadriplegia placed an enormous burden on my family, and eventually they experienced burnout. That strain became one of many factors surrounding the breakdown of my marriage. Then respiratory complications landed me in the hospital. During COVID, the entire world was suffering. While I was hospitalized, I vividly remember hearing a couple sobbing after losing their 18-year-old son. The mother's blood-curdling cries echoed throughout the hospital floor. Her grief immediately placed my own life into perspective. I mourned for that family. I mourned for the world. I wondered whether 2019 and 2020 would end sooner rather than later. For several years, life moved through ebbs and flows of adversity. Then, God began to shine light into the darkness of my solitude. He gave me the ability to focus again. He helped me explore and communicate evidence for his existence through a Christian apologetics concept I call love boast. He expanded my circle with encouraging, positive people and created an atmosphere where I could begin living with a new declaration. I will not give up, and through Christ, I cannot be stopped. God reminded me that being overwhelmed did not mean I had been abandoned. He was with me through every moment, refining me, molding me, and teaching me how to trust Him. I realized that I did not need to understand the entire plan. Sometimes I did not even need to make it through the next day, week, or year. I simply needed enough faith and strength to make it through the next moment. So I stopped trying to fix everything at once. I began practicing what I had preached about understanding what I believe and why I believe it. I wanted to ensure that my faith was objectively true, not merely a culturally accepted hand-me-down belief. I wanted to examine my worldview from front to back and determine whether it could withstand honest questions and careful investigation. After intense research, I came to the conclusion that Jesus Christ is who He said He is, and that life is ultimately about relationship. Our relationship with God and our relationships with one another. Everything did not change overnight, but after re-examining my life from top to bottom, I began applying what I call the vessel method, strengthening my mental focus, understanding my identity, analyzing my financial stability, acknowledging my emotional condition, examining my spiritual worldview, categorizing and strengthening my relationships, discovering a purpose greater than myself, and paying hope forward. The vessel method did not remove every challenge. It gave me a framework for facing those challenges with clarity, faith, and purpose. Fam, if you are in a hard season right now, please hear me. You are not alone. Your pain is undeniably real, but it is not your identity. Your hardship may be part of your story, but it does not get to write the ending. My world viewers, can you afford to remain stuck in this season for another week, month, or year? If the answer is no, take one noticeable step today. You do not have to solve everything at once. You do not have to see the entire path. If this testimony encouraged you, comment hope. I've missed you and I love you.